And so the town now had to choose between Alfred Barber and Andrew Hunter, as Johnny Thompson had taken his name off the ballot as a candidate. Alfred Barber, though was under much pressure and campaigning, he was indeed the superintendent at the armory.
Yes, you did get elected to go to the Virginia secession.
Whoa, where am I? Yeah, I heard that John A. Thompson had his name withdrawn from the convention.
Yeah, I heard that it's now between Alfred Barber and Andrew Hunter.
Julie, come on, let's go. I just had the weirdest dream. Come on.
Some people in the South wanted to resist the inauguration of Lincoln by taking Washington, Harpers Ferry, and other federal property. But the federal government was...
I wonder how people thought about that.
So, I heard a lot of people are against the inauguration of Lincoln. Do you think they'll take over Washington?
No, I think they have it pretty well under control.
So let's move on to the next spot. So in March of 1861, Alfred Barber decided to resign from his position at the armory. And does anybody remember what his job was at the armory?
I believe he was a superintendent.
He was the superintendent. And he was going to Washington to deliver his resignation papers to the Secretary of War. It was unlikely that Secretary Cameron would actually allow Barber to resign. So let's go out to Arsenal Square and find out what happened when Lieutenant Jones was here. Some people thought that Lieutenant Jones was doing this out of the best interest of the Union, setting fire to these arsenal buildings and the armory so that the Confederate forces couldn't get the guns that were here and the machinery to make thousands more. The people of this town, though, this was their livelihood, and so many of them spent the majority of that night with buckets and water trying to put the fires out.
Excuse me, your class just left.
Okay, so Colonel Thomas Jackson, do you know who he was, what he was called later? Stonewall Jackson, later he's called that. He came here in 1861 to take control of the railroad lines. And there was one going into Virginia, one going into Maryland, and if he takes the Baltimore and Ohio line, the B&O, he can cut off a major supply route for the Union Army. Okay, so we'll take a short little break from what we're talking about. I'm going to let you guys go over and take some pictures if you want at the point. It's really pretty where the rivers come together, so if you want to head on over. And so because of the strategic location of the town and the success of Jackson's raid, the Confederates decided to destroy the river bridge here on the Shenandoah River in June of 1861 and also demolish the rifle factory further upstream. So let's go look and see what happened on the anniversary of John Brown's raid in 1861. So just 2 years after John Brown's raid, do you remember when that was?
1859?
1859, so just 2 years later in October of 1861, the Confederate troops are going to come across Bolivar Heights here and try to keep the Union from controlling the local resource.
In December 1861, all was quiet along the Shenandoah.
And remember,
Autumn cooked ya!